polls this time include the government's response to the coronavirus pandemic and the government response to police brutality. Natasha Chen, CNN, Marietta, Georgia.
Well, let's bring in Robert Gutsche, who teaches sociology at Lancaster University in England. Robert, great to have you with us. What is your take on the incredible scenes that we're witnessing across the US where Americans are casting early votes? What does it say?
I mean, for those who rally for the Republic, this certainly is a huge win and shows us maybe how voting needs to change and has needed to change for a long time in the United States, not because of early voting, but through technology and through the Postal Service, something that Donald Trump actually was trying to get rid of. But this is showing a lot of enthusiasm and maybe having us think differently about trying to get everything done in such a short time. Now, don't know if that means people are going to want to wait a few days for results. That may need a few more years before we can do that over a few days. But this is a good sign for those who want to see the Republic and the democracy take hold.
Just over 2 weeks until Election Day, and obviously the sprint is both on for Donald Trump and Joe Biden. What strategies are you expecting from both sides?
Well, Donald Trump's strategy all along has been to attack, and to make fun and shame. He's going to need to figure out how to balance that out with some policy. It's not just about, make America great again like it was his first campaign. And it's not just about the emotion either. Certainly that's what's driving a lot of his supporters. But he's going to have to come down with some more specific policies if he wants to get those people off of the fence. And for Joe Biden, he kind of has to do the same thing. He's been laying low, trying to keep his gaffes low, trying to let Donald Trump make a ruckus and react to that. But we don't really know yet what kind of president Joe Biden would be. So he needs to step up a little bit and tell us more about how he would govern, not just how he would govern differently than Donald Trump.
And what about seeing Obama on the campaign trail this week? Do you think that will be an obvious boost for Joe Biden?
Well, that's his ace in the hole, right? And Barack Obama came out earlier during the nomination for Biden, and he's been playing it fair in the background, quiet, because this isn't Barack Obama's campaign. This is Joe Biden's campaign, but it is about time for Barack Obama to come out and do that for Harris and Biden. But that also might have a bit of a flip side to it. If people start to look at Joe Biden as Barack Obama and said, well, we didn't want him in office anymore anyway, let's flip back to Trump. So all of this stuff is coming down to what people find as a fundamental aspect of what they want in a president. So it'll help, but for others, it might just rally even more Donald Trump support.
Robert, it's been a tumultuous first term for President Trump, really, to put it mildly. Support for the president is eroding across the country, according to national polls. What do you think that Trump can do to win back those voters who were with him in 2016?
Well, I do think some of what he might be losing is support among white women. I mean, that was a huge push for him in his first election. And I think we saw in this last town hall debate a softer maybe side to Donald Trump, or how he can try and tone it down a bit. I think that for him, that might help to kind of keep it a little bit softer, not just for women, but in that sense, he wasn't attacking the woman who was sitting across from him, which we would kind of hope and expect a candidate would behave that way. But for Donald Trump, was something a bit new. And I think that responds to seeing a lack of support or slipping support from that strong base that he's had. So he's going to have to think about that strategy. But at the end of the day, people have to judge him on the way he's treated women in that particular case. And that hasn't looked good. So he has to figure out who he is and how he's going to answer to those past times, because in the last few weeks, they have a lot of dirt they could dig up on Donald Trump and put out on those ads. And Democrats have to decide if they want to go that route.
Well, President Trump only has 2 weeks to turn that image around. Robert Gutsche, great to get your analysis, joining us from Lancaster University in England. Many thanks. Well,